The elder talked about the following event. I never had money, and at one point it happened that I needed 1,000 drachmas. While I was cleaning the garden, my gaze stopped at a cavity in the bricks that I had placed under the plank, so that my visitors could sit. In one of these cavities I noticed something. I folded the paper myself and with the help of a stick pulled it out from there. When I unfolded this paper, inside I found a check for 1,000 drachmas, together with a list of names that should be mentioned during the Divine Liturgy. I was very moved for two reasons. First, I was amazed at the way God's providence had taken care of my needs, even before I was aware of them. Secondly, I was amazed by the faith of one of the visitors who left a folded piece of paper in a hollow among the bricks, believing that I would somehow find it already. He must have known that I never accept money, so he found his own way to give it to me. Sometimes it happens that a thought suddenly occurs to me. For example, I think that I will not have enough wine for Holy Communion. I immediately stop thinking about it. But on the same day or the next day, someone brings wine for communion. It is interesting, however, that the person who brings that wine usually comes from far away, from Crete or southern Greece, so he must have brought it well before I even realized that I might be missing it. Therefore, I clearly see that God takes care of everything, even before we ourselves become aware of it and turn to Him for help, because your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. And your Heavenly Father knows that you need everything, therefore do not worry about tomorrow. We must fully rely on God's providence, and that is the only way to get rid of our anxieties and worries. Why should a person worry if he already feels that God plans everything? To gain trust in God's providence, a person must completely free himself from worldly concerns and wait for God to take care of him. If, for example, a person is preoccupied with saving money in order to have it for dark days or for all his needs, it means that he is relying on himself and his money instead of God's providence. He should first overcome his love for money and trust in it, and then to place all his hope in God, because he cannot do both at the same time. I do not think that a man should not spend or use his money, but I think that it is not good to rely on money with all your heart.